The Stain of Pinky2. The observation sliced through the Andromeda Galaxy's glitzoid sector, its hull gleaming under distant stars. Inside, the mess hall was a storm of outrage. Captain Bounty stood at the table's head, his weathered hands trembling as he held a photo of his children. Their smiling faces were defiled with obscene drawings, crude phalluses, vile slurs, and jagged smears in pink marker. Pinky2's handiwork. The pink-haired ditzy tech, once a quirky addition to the crew, had crossed a line no one could forgive. Susie, the ship's pilot, gripped another ruined photo, her knuckles white. "This is sick," she spat. "Pinky2's gone too far. Drawing that on the captain's kids? She's evil." KC, second in command, popped open a beer with a hiss, his face dark. "She's always been disturbed. We tried to include her, but she's no crew. Never was." James, the security chief, leaned against the wall, arms crossed. "I caught her giggling in the comms bay, doodling filth on the logs. This ain't a prank, it's twisted. I'm disgusted." D-Fire 042, the mandroid guidance counselor, puffed digital binary code from his vents, his optics flickering. "As a counselor, I sought her redemption. But this act, desecrating the captain's children's images, proves she's irredeemable. A blight on our family." Clint the Redcoat, his Yorkshire accent thick, slammed a fist on the table. "Do it for Yorkshire," he bellowed. "Pinky2's a disgrace. Scrawling obscenities on those bairns' faces. She's pure evil." Dragon Lioness, her fiery eyes narrowed, growled. "I shared my tech with her, thinking she'd fit in. But she's a monster. I'm sickened." Sean the bartender polished a glass, his usual grin gone. "I poured her drinks, tried to be matey, but defacing the captain's kids? That's low, she's scum." Sparky and Wren, the married couple who kept the observation's engines purring, sat close, their faces grim. Sparky, wiry and grease-stained, shook his head. "We welcomed her, shared our tools. But it's vile. She doesn't belong here." Wren, her hands calloused from engine work, added, "Those pictures are Bounty's heart. Pinky2's actions are unforgivable. I'm revolted." Captain Bounty's voice cut through, raw and heavy. "The kids are all Dr. Ginger and I have left of Earth. Pinky2 knew that. She chose to hurt me." He looked at Susie. "End this." Susie nodded, her jaw set. "Airlock's waiting." The crew marched to the comms bay where Pinky2 lounged, marker in hand, scrawling more obscenities on a console screen. Her pink hair glowed under the lights, her smirk defiant. "What's the fuss?" she taunted, waving the marker. "Just some art." Susie grabbed her arm, yanking her up. Pinky2 screamed and kicked, held under Susie's grip. "Art?" Susie roared, holding up the defaced photo. "You call this art? You're done, Pinky2." Pinky2 laughed, shrill and unhinged. "You're all so sensitive." The crew's faces hardened. Susie dragged her down the corridor, Pinky2 screaming and kicking. The others followed, a silent jury. In the airlock chamber, a steel box with a porthole to the void, the crew formed a line. The outer door gleamed, stars glinting beyond. Pinky2's smirk faded, her eyes darting. "You can't! I'm part of the crew!" KC took a swig of beer, his voice cold. "You were never crew. Drawing that filth on the captain's kids? You're a disease." James stepped forward, his security badge glinting. "I'm disgusted you'd sink so low. You don't deserve this ship." D-Fire 042 exhaled a cloud of binary smoke. "Your actions violate all trust. You're not one of us. You're chaos." Clint bellowed, "For Yorkshire, you're out. Those bairns didn't deserve your sick scribbles." Dragon Lioness snarled, "I'm ashamed I ever trusted you. You're evil, Pinky2. Done." Sean shook his head. "You broke the captain's heart. I'm sick just looking at you." Sparky gripped Wren's hand. "We're a family here. You spat on that. Your drawings are a disgrace." Wren's voice was steel. "You hurt the captain, hurt us all. You're not welcome here." Captain Bounty held up the photo, his kids' faces barely visible under the marker. You knew what this meant to me. You chose this. He nodded to Susie. Do it. Pinky2 thrashed, her face turning red. I swear. Her voice cracked, but the crew's eyes were cold. Susie shoved her into the airlock, the inner door hissing shut. Pinky2 pounded on the glass, her screams muffled. Ah! Ah! Susie's hand hovered over the control panel. She thought of the captain's kid's smile, smeared with pink marker. Captain Bounty's kid's eyes crossed out. Pinky2's endless malice, hacking systems, mocking the crew. Now this. Susie pressed the button. The outer door slid open. A rush of air tore Pinky2 into the void. Her overweight body froze instantly, then shattered, her pink cellulite shards swallowed by the vastness of space. The airlock sealed shut, silent. The crew cheered, a roar of relief and justice. KC raised his beer. To the captain's kids, James clapped Susie's shoulder. Good riddance to that evil witch. D-Fire 042's optics glowed. The ship's harmony is restored. Clint shouted, For Yorkshire, she's gone. Dragon Lioness smirked. The void's where she belongs? Sean poured shots, grinning. To a cleaner observation. Sparky and Wren hugged, their relief palpable. She's out of our engines, out of our lives, Sparky said. Wren nodded. Never again. We're free of her. Captain Bounty clutched the photos, his voice soft. Thank you. All of you. Susie stared at the porthole, the stars unmoved. She deserved it, she said. For the kids. In the mess hall, Sean passed out drinks, the mood lifting. KC cracked another beer, toasting, Love ya, mean it. The crew echoed it, their bond tighter without Pinky2's poison. Sparky and Wren returned to the engine room, their hands intertwined, keeping the observation humming. James checked security feeds, erasing Pinky2's last hacks. D-Fire 042 vented binary code, counseling the crew to heal. Clint sang a Yorkshire ditty, loud and off-key. Dragon Lioness tweaked her tech, ensuring no trace of Pinky2 remained. Bounty sat alone, wiping the photos with a cloth. The marker faded slightly, but the scars lingered. He smiled faintly. His kids were still there beneath the stains. The observation sailed on, its crew whole, the void claiming its due.